Yes, so in today's call, I will be sharing what I how I prepared for or basically through the instance when it comes to FRC. So in FRC, I started with perspectives. So I went into firstly I watched the training video of the FRC for that one, which was I think given by Gurvinder. So I watched that particular training video, which helped a lot. Then I came to the instance, searched for like created an FRC, basically created perspective. Started with perspectives basically. So if I go here and click on edit, so I'll be able to see. Yeah, I gave the name organization structure, and it is in the state of approved, right? And I had created these perspective items over here in this way. Company A, India. Under India, there are under company there are two business units, major business units, which are India and UK. Under India, there is Delhi and there is Kolkata, and under UK there is Birmingham and London. So this was the perspective or hierarchy that I had created, and uh, then I went to the documents which were the 2024 to 2025 documents or perspectives. And then I read those, and it made me clear on how we can use perspectives. So when we are using perspectives, there are a lot of things that can be customized from uh, setup and administration. If I go to setup and administration, and if I go to uh, let's say if I go to model perspective, so from here we make, if I go to, yeah, if I go to edit for financial reporting comparisons, I can see all these perspectives, right? Now, if I select this particular one, which is mine, and if I click on edit, I will be able to see that I have associated it with control, right? And I have uh, it's not required. If I select it as yes, then if whenever I'm creating a control, I will have to assign perspective. But then if I select no, then even if the perspective value is blank, it won't generate an error. And the perspective is active, and then I saved it. Similarly, if this is the association with control. Similarly, I had associated it with process. Here is the yes, we can see, and I have associated with risk as well. So from here, you have to associate with control, process, and risk so that whenever we are creating any control, process, or risk, we are able to see the created perspective hierarchy in the drop down when we select perspectives. If I go to say the advanced control units configuration page, let's go back. If I go to configuration objects, and if I click on if I click on control and if I edit, I will be able to see a lot of configuration activities that can be done under controls, but then that was not my main thing. My main thing was lookups. So whenever we create perspectives, there are a lot of things that we can change through from lookup values, lookup tables basically. So the type, perspective type, we can change. We had so many options, right, to choose. We can change that in perspectives. And we can change a lot of like the drop down value. We can add additional options if we want according to the business reviews. This is the same for process risk and control. So when we can update the lookup values or the drop down values, we can create new options and in the drop down values lookup tables over here. So let me go back to the risk. Page, yes. After perspectives, I went with processes. Hmm. So if I go to my processes, we can see processes. If I click on it, this was a demo process that was being created. So in scope, if we can see the name, we can see the test. This is the generated or automatically generated record ID. We can see the type is financial. We can see in scope audit test and assessment testing. Now what happens is if we do not check the tick box for these two particular options, the process will not be available for batch assessments. Whenever we whenever we check these two boxes, we can create batch assessments for those records. And if we don't, then they are only eligible to, like, we will only be able to create the standalone assessments basically. So that's that. And um, yeah, if I go to the assessments page, see, we are able to create the assessment over here. Impromptu assessment, which is basically called the impromptu assessment, is it we select a record and we go to that particular record and then we can create assessments from here. Then there are action items, then there are issues. If there are any, like, we can also relate advanced controls from here. We can relate this particular from here. We can do that. If I want to edit the definition and everything, view approvals, so we can do that. We can create issue. I can create assessment. So I had started with this, and then I had read about processes from the uh, document that we have. So the document was very helpful, and there are certain things in the document which we overlook or which we maybe get to when we are implementing. But then if we are very well versed with the document, then it becomes very easier to understand what the issue is and how to treat that particular issue. So I strongly suggest to read these documents thoroughly before going for implementation. So yes, this was still processes.